Hey, great Wednesday evening. It is a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville, and after all the hoopla, all the cold weather, and all the rainy weather that we've had for the past week, it's kind of cool to go outside and see a little bit of sun, and not have to be all jacketed up or suited up. Although it was kind of cool to go out there and wear a little bit of the cold clothing that we had stored away. How did you enjoy the weather, man? Hello.
Ah, sorry. It was much needed. The rain. It's been a while, but it seems as if the land just sucked it dry. We're supposed to get some more rain, I think, later this week, if not the following week. But I've always been a fan of gloomy days. Erasmo. I always enjoy the rain. Brings me at peace. Nobody's out. Nobody's out. You know, my clients. I'm like, I know you're home. You can't be anywhere else.
Well, yeah.
But I personally, I look forward to gloomy days. I like rainy days. Um, Many people don't, but to each their own. But it was I ate tacos, a caldo. Um, I I love the change of weather. This is my favorite time of the year. Um, I always pig out, but now I have an excuse because of Thanksgiving and then the tamales for Christmas and then New Year's. So whenever it's cold, I always enjoy myself because it's the holidays. I think well my sister's kids they're off on Friday. I don't know about BISD, but everybody's weekend or holidays festivities are already gonna start. So I would always look forward to that time, and it's always been my favorite time of the year.
Oh, I enjoyed it. Talking about the food products, so yeah, it's that time to start making that caldo and stuff and all the good stuff. But let me say, tonight I had probably one of the worst meals that I've had in a long, long time, and that's considering that I do a lot of traveling. I had myself some frozen enchiladas from Walmart, and they were pretty horrible. But what happens is that Papa, he for some reason he likes those cheese enchiladas, those plates. So I went and I bought a mess load of them, and thought it was kind of funny because people were looking at me at Walmart. I hardly ever get noticed anywhere, but they were looking at me and going like, "Why is it Aspo getting all those TV dinners, enchilada dinners?" And barfy at Aspo. Yeah, it was kind of barfy, but let me say, like, so I bought two of the healthier looking ones. Good evening, good evening, good evening. The healthier ones, and four of the regular cheese chafa enchiladas and stuff. And the chafa enchilada ones were great. It's the healthy one looking ones, the ones that taste like cardboard. So I prepared Papa the cheapy ones, which he likes, and he gobbled that up. He ate it up. He was all happy.
Hey, you should recommend or you should take him Chipotle. Maybe he was a big fan of El Pato. I remember back in the day. And correct me if I'm wrong. Do we have like a good enchilada place here in town? Like one that like Vermilion's known for their panchos, but is there like a restaurant here in town? In
I
Harlingen there is, but here it doesn't. One doesn't stand out.
I like El Torito, mi Torito.
Okay, yeah,
Their cheese enchiladas are really really good. Someone made mention. I can't remember. Someone told me today, "Hey, you got to go try the from Big Daddy's." They said Big Daddy's had good cheese enchiladas.
yeah. Big Daddy does have some good breakfast.
They got Big Daddy's got good food.
Good food. Period. Yeah, good food.
Yeah, good food. I need to go. I need to go try the cheese enchiladas there with Big Daddy. But yeah, the ones at Mi Torito, amazing, pretty good. And I've never had some bad. Actually, never had a real bad meal there at Mi Torito. It was great stuff, and the service amazing. Great folk out there. Great attention. Healthy is not tasty. That is so very true. Where in Harlingen? Do you recall where in Harlingen?
Las Vegas Cafe. That is like it is known for their enchiladas, and it's weird because Like in Brownsville, like my friends from I've had clients from Harlingen, and they're like, "Where do you go to get enchiladas?" I'm like, "Over here in Harlingen." But yeah,
Las Vegas. I need to go.
Las Vegas, yeah, and it's kind of like open till not late. It's but place is good and people go.
Gotta go. Antonio's used to have bomb enchiladas. You know what was good at Antonio's? Los chile rellenos.
It's been so long. And did they have two establishments?
They had one there at Strawberry Square, and then they moved it over here to Price Road. Remember?
No, wasn't it the car wash or was that Pepe's? The one on 802. Wasn't that Antonio's at one point?
No, no.
Oh
That
no
was
no 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 no! Yeah, Antonio was Price. There you go. I
yeah,
forgot. Sorry.
yeah. Antonio's was on Strawberry Square, and that was the bomb.
Now it's Don Chucho's or something.
Now it's Don Chuchos.
I love Don.
Tragos and
I like Don Chucho's.
tacos and tragos. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I like Don Chuchos.
I like Don Chucho's.
The good enchilada place. I'm sure El Vela is going to remember this. That you don't remember this, Frankie. Miguel's. Is there anyone remember Miguel's? Miguel's was on Boca Chica.
We would go to Peso Bills back in the day, and that's where we would eat our enchiladas. The food was decent.
Peso Bill was good, but Peso Bill used to be Bonanza.
Yeah, I remember that.
Peso Bill used to be Bonanza. Bonanza was amazing. Harlingen, Pepe's. I had never been there, Harlingen, Pepe's. But Miguel's, does anyone remember Miguel's? It was right there on Boca Chica where there's a little, now healthy and delicious don't belong with the same sentence. Definitely not.
True.
I got some chile rellenos from Stripes today. Nope. Yeah. Would not recommend that. Yes, Antonio's at one point had one in Harlingen. I did not know that.
I don't remember that. Do you know there's an oyster bar in Harlingen?
An oyster bar, like the
Oyster,
bar?
and it's affiliated with the one downtown and the one on Paredes.
Wow, did not know that.
Yeah,
I thought you used to be by Herman's Optical there on Price. Yeah, 100%.
yeah.
Miguel's, yes, it wasn't on Central. No, it was on Boca Chica. It was on Boca Chica right after Peso Bill, that Peso Bill plays Bonanza, a little bit down to the left, on the left side, where I think now there's a travel agency there or something. Miguel's was awesome. The tostadas, yeah, 100%. Antonio's is now Circle K.
Oh, okay. It's not Don Chucho's. Isn't that area? You're right.
Yeah. Love the ribeye from Bonanza. Bonanza had good steak.
The food was good.
Yes, the chop steak was good. I mean, I think that's all we could afford. Ribeye from Bonanza was great. Yeah, good evening. Yes, it is a travel agency. Yeah, exactly. That's where Miguel's used to be. And that place.
Hey, Erasmo, I wanted to ask. You should go try the Italian place where Boogity Bears is. You know on Palm Boulevard across street from Lola's.
Yeah.
Okay, you know that plaza. They're like remodeling all that.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna make it real nice. I think that's where it's going. Well, in that plaza, there's an Italian place. I've been wanting to go.
Isn't it Pepe's?
No, it's
Petey's.
Petey. Is it Petey's?
Yeah, I've been to Petey's. It's all right.
I'm trying to remember. Is it good?
It's all right.
Because again, the fallback is always Olive Garden, but
Petey's is good. I mean, I don't remember like great. I mean, like having a great experience there, but it's good. It's all right. They used to have a barbecue place there también. I don't think they're there anymore. They had chicken. I think it was chicken something. I can't remember what it was. Apparently, people already got sick from Chipotle.
Already?
Well, yeah. It's Chipotle. Guys, you cannot not go to Chipotle and not get diarrhea or get sick. It's like, it goes with it, you know? You just can't.
Is it the salsa or what? Because all it is like a burrito, carne, like it's like a Subway, no? But like Mexican food.
I think it's how they mix all that food together that really just doesn't do justice to our stomachs. And again, I think personally, it's very, very hard here in our area to have good Mexican food restaurants when we have such very, very good Mexican cooks at home, las abuelitas and all this other stuff, you know?
But that's what everybody says about Taco Bell, and people like. I'm surprised.
Taco Bell's amazing.
Like Taco Bell is a thing for people. I'm like, what? Like,
oh, it's amazing. But Taco Bell is not Mexican food. It's like it should fall in its own category.
It is its own
Yeah,
category.
it's its own category. Like it's between it's a competition between Jack in the Box and Taco Bell because they've got both got this cheap ass food that tastes so amazing. I mean, I'm not even joking. I went to New York City to have Taco Bell. I went to Las Vegas and I had Taco Bell. And you go like it's just like a different type of category. I can't even explain it. But I think it's interesting when you see a lot of gringos and a lot of black people going like, we're gonna get some Mexican food at Taco Bell. I go like, no, no, you're not.
So you know how Taco Bell like se pasa. So Chipotle is not in that realm. It's not like
No,
no.
Chipotle is like
I've only had it like once or twice, I think, and then I've had Freebirds in Austin, but that like I haven't really frequented.
Chipotle. I went to Chipotle in Austin. I went to Chipotle in Harlingen. They've had a Chipotle in Harlingen
Yeah.
for years. It's like como que un revoltijo and stuff. You usually, revuelves todo, like la carne guisada con los frijoles y el arroz.
Right.
But at least you're doing the revoltajo, to whereas that you don't have other people doing it for you. And, and sometimes you'll just want to eat the meat and then a little bit of rice. And you have that choice. You don't have that choice with Chipotle. It's just like all in there. I don't care for Chipotle. I'm going to go visit it. I just don't care for it. Mr. Q. Yeah, you cannot forget Mr. Q. You remember Mr. Q, Frank? Or are you too young?
I don't remember Mr. Q.
Oh my God, Mr. Q used to have the best hamburgers. They were right there on the corner of. They were there where my McDonald's is on International, where the college is at, around that area.
No, that was way back then.
Yeah, they were on the corner of Southmost and International, where that pawn shop's at.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
So they had two. They had a queue there at the corner, then the queue where the McDonald's was.
They had three. They had one, I think, on Central Palm Boulevard, Palm Boulevard. They had several. It was so good and so cheap. El problema is it was so cheap. And you could start to find roaches in your burgers.
That's what gives it the taste.
Whatever happened to the new Mr. Gaddy's se va a estar en el cine del dólar, I heard. I'm not sure.
Erasmo, what's up with all the comebacks like Applebee's, Gaddy's? There's another one that's coming back. Like, have they done new studies and they show that the demographics in Brownsville are different and people are gonna spend more? Or I thought we don't have money. Like, Applebee's is what, the third time or the fourth time that
the third time,
and I think you one time gave a bad review of your experience there, and I've heard multiple. Yeah. Like, do we really think people are going to go back to Gaddy's? I don't know.
Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you about. And I had this conversation with someone today, actually, in regards to Applebee's. The problem with Applebee's and a lot of other businesses out here, Frankie, is that they'll start great and then they'll just start to slide in regards to the food product and the customer service. This is what's happening again to Applebee's. The same thing is happening to Applebee's. They started off okay, great, and then all of a sudden, customer service started to go to crap. You weren't getting the attention. You had managers sitting in the dining room doing their paperwork, where taking up a table or two tables, and you're going like, bitch, that's my table. That's where I wanted to sit. And the food quality started to go to crap. Really? And I literally, because I have one thing at Applebee's. I have the chicken fried wontons, and I literally returned it the 3 last times that I went. And I called up the manager the first time. I said, look, we want you here. We want you to succeed. This is the third incarnation of an Applebee's, but you're going down the same route that caused the other two to completely go berserk, to completely go out of business. Y'all are messing up on the food quality. And sure enough, they fixed my order. Next time I went, cold, not prepared right. And I said, crap it. Then I tried one more time. The third time, that's it. I'm never going to Applebee's again. And that's what I went. And I mentioned that because I went to Bubba's last night. I think I went to Bubba's last night, Frankie. And you remember how it was hard to get into Bubba's? There was like a line and stuff, and a lot of people. I don't know if you've ever gone.
Yeah.
There was a wait time and everything. There's no wait time anymore because what happens is la novedad, like the new thing. Let's try it out. Well, what's happening to Bubba's is, I think, is Uh, People are starting to go like, and it's not the customer service. I've had great customer service at Bubba's, but I'm thinking that I have great customer service at Bubba's because I'm Erasmo Castro.
But at least you got that.
Oh yeah, me. But again, I'm not going to go to Bubba's every day. I'm going to go to
Yeah.
Bubba's once in a blue moon. The drinks are good. I had a great drink, a pineapple drink. I don't know what it was. The drinks are good. The customer service, amazing, folks. And I want to attribute that to one of their managers because I know one of their managers personally. She used to work with us at the Whataburger. I think you know her. It's Nora.
Mhm.
She's a hard ass, but she's good. She's one of those Guadalupe Gutierrez that, strict. So in that respect, it was good. So I think that might help them. They just need to promote the place more because now that it's not the nuance here, people are not going to go. La Scala. That's
That's the Italian place, not PBs or
Scala.
PDs.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
La
La
Scala.
Scala.
You're right. Yeah, it's La
It's La
Scala.
Scala.
Well,
Yeah.
then I need to go. That one I've been to Petey's. I've not been to La Scala. I will
I
go.
passed by and I asked somebody, and they said, "You know what? It is good. You need to try it." And I'm like, "Really?" So that's on
Red,
the list.
Red Snapper on 802.
Red Snapper. No, was Shoney's over here where Lowe's was at? What was that restaurant by Lowe's where Lowe's is now? It wasn't Shoney's, was it?
No, no. Shoney's was over here where I think where
Where Ricardo's is now Ricardo's Tacos. Because Shoney's was in the middle, next, right off the frontage.
it was on 77, right?
I think so.
Yeah, somewhere around there. They had this kind of like a couple of weird places. I can't remember where Red Snapper was. It's La Scala, Frank. Yeah, La Scala. La Scala. Buenas noches. Hey, Manny. Chicken Run. Chicken Run was the one that was on Palm Boulevard. Yeah, that place was good. I don't know what happened to it.
Chicken Run.
Yeah, that's the one that was on Palm Boulevard. They used to have a like barbecue chicken or something. It was good. I'm not sure what Mr. Gaddy's is going to be. I never was too keen on Mr. Gaddy's. Something that a lot of people made mention of, which was very, very true. They had everything so in the open that you had all these huerquillos out there grabbing all the food and throwing it back and
Yeah.
stuff. It was kind of gross. Chipotle is going to give Taco Bell a run for their money on giving people the runs. Yeah, let's see. Let's get to the comments and we'll get back to the touchy subject. Frankie just left us. Have you all tried the 10 aliens, aliens, tamales and pozole? Te los doran como si estuvieran en casa, but it's a to-go place in front of Casa Romero. I need to go try that. Frankie might be close. Taco Bell meat starts as a liquid. Think about that before you go there. It's great stuff, though. Philip Saldivar's Chicken Run next to Escala Italian Restaurant Palm. That's the one. Is it still there? The chicken run place had a good chicken. La Scala Italian guy, yeah. Burger Chef, yeah, I remember Burger Chef. And Hardee's, remember Hardee's? Yeah. ¿Qué onda, Holmes? ¿Qué onda, mamá? Rudy, boxing champion Juarez. Chipotle is awesome. No, it's not. Lucio's Cafe. Yes, I remember Best Hamburgers. He is too young, yeah, for Mr. Q. They were on Boca Chica. Where? I don't remember. Your mama sitting on top of a big cube on Boca Chica. Mr. Q corner of Southwest and International, 100%. Word is Applebee's going to close soon. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Peking Chinese restaurant on Boca Chica, yeah, 100%. Customer service at Applebee's has always been shitty, yep, 100%. Bronzo will be gentrified. That's why you see businesses coming back. Just wait till energy plant is full and running. God bless us all. What's on the agenda for tonight? To food, weather, city, school, district? Yes. As soon as Frankie comes back. Bubba's bacon chicken mac and cheese is so good. I'm going to try that. No, it was first. That was first. Yeah. La Scala is good. I gotta go. It was Shoney's. That was on 77, wasn't it, Mark? Hola, chiquillos. Hola, hermoso. Rallies was amazing. The fries were great. I think Origo Works is going to transform the plaza on Palm Boulevard named Palm Village. They're also going to construct a music venue on North Plaza. That's good. Saludos. Saludos, Don Gavino. Remember Ziggy's? I don't remember Ziggy's. Let me get to the comments. I mean, Higgy's, no. Rally fries, amazing. Chicken Run is great. It's always been good. Yes, that's Frankie. Smacks in Amigo Land. I remember that. Come try my fluff, my fluffed up shrimp. ¿Cómo le van a? We did good, Cassie. Wowies, amazing tortillas. Mr. Q was next to Charo Drive-In. I think so. I think it's on 77, 100%. Sirloin Stockade. Oh, yucko. That was a Boca Chica. Bring Waffle House back. Waffle House is amazing. You love Waffle House, right?
I've been to a Waffle House in
Amazing.
Philadelphia. I was talking to my aunt about the Pancake House.
Oh yeah,
That was a Brownsville staple back in the day.
Boca Chica. I mean, no, Price Road, and Frontage Road, where Glow was at on the corner.
Yeah, where the pawn shop is at now.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. Do you remember Renee's Barbecues across from Landreth? No, I'm not that old. Smacks. Shoney's was where T-Mobile James Avery is. Yes, that's
Shoney's,
where it was.
yes, Shoney's, yeah.
Horrible food. Gay 90s on Palm Village. I don't remember that. Well, now that we talked about food, Frankie. Shirley Stockade was the one by Taco Bell, Frankie. Shirley Stockade
Sirloin.
was on Boca Chica.
That was on 802
No,
over
it was
here
on
where
Boca
Lowe's
Chica.
was at.
On Boca
No?
Chica. I used to spend a lot of time there. Trust me. I used to go. I used to tell these stories when we were like allá puro loquillo. We'd get there like at 2 o'clock. We'd eat and we have lunch and we just wait there like 5 hours till they put in the dinner menu. Do you guys still have Luby's? Yeah, we still do. They closed down the ones here in Houston area. The one at the mall is still open. I love that place. Dairy Queen in front of Sharp. Yes. No, the one on Boca Chica was Bonanza. No, Bonanza. No, Bonanza was on the corner where the bank is now.
Bank of America.
First Arcade was over here further down.
Man, Brownsville had some good restaurants back in the day.
Oh yeah, Miguel's was on Boca Chica. Told you. So Frankie, what's going on at BISD?
Yeah, what isn't happening? Um it just looks bad. It looks bad. The issue in question wasn't so much the affair. People are the board members kind of says gancharon and said, "Oh no, this is just rumors. This isn't facts." But what the emails read is from an administrator, from my understanding. So the reason that the majority gave of them voting against it was because that there was not a complainant or a complaint on file, so then there's not a grievance process for anybody to look into, so then we should automatically deny or not look into anything because it according to them it doesn't have merit. um we're not talking about the affair. Everybody knows that happened, whether he wants to admit it or not. That's up to him. What adults do, they're gonna do.
Yeah.
What the issue here at Osmo is that there was an employee, a supervisor, that was made to feel that they had to do whatever that board member said. The allegations or the way it worked was that the board member would go to FNS and he would, pretty much just make it known, she's mine and I'm gonna do whatever it takes. And he would personally went into the office and pretty much strong armed somebody, said, "Hey, you should give her a promotion. You should give her a job." If that's not official oppression, if that and again, this isn't me talking. This is what the email reads. The email, again, according to sources, the email is from an administrator saying, "Hey, I feel intimidated. I didn't want to do this. Could you please help me?" So for administration, for the superintendent, and now for the board members to not look into this complaint, into these allegations, you're pretty much telling the employees that you're on your own.
Yeah. Well, my concern, I agree with you 1,000%. And the only reason, and I'll say this, and I've mentioned this before because people were asking me, I said the only reason I didn't delve into it, because we've learned about this for years back, was because we didn't have any proof other than they're having an affair. And I don't like, we don't want to get into married situations, marriage issues, and everything. That's not the point. Hardly ever spent any time on it. We made mention of it. The reason we made mention of it was because there were some employees, and I'm not talking about the administrator, Frankie, because I did not get a copy of the email or information in regards to the email. But there were several employees, not just administrators, but employers at the same level as the individual in question that felt intimidated by the employee saying that she could basically do whatever the hell she wanted because she was having an affair with the board member. That was where my concern was why are we going to make other employees uncomfortable because you want to have sex with an individual? Now, it started and up to that point, that's what concerns me. The other thing that would concern me was that a lot of individuals would say that they would be making out there at FNS. And I'm sorry, then you're treading on ground that belongs to me. It's our district. And this is one of the things that I think that there's been a disconnect, Frankie. They still dictate and rule the district as if it was theirs and for them to do whatever they want. It's our district. You're there to represent us, not to make other employees uncomfortable. That was what my big beef. But now that we find out that an administrator actually went out there and sought help because of being oppressed, intimidated to give the individual a higher position, that's political oppression. And that's a crime. That's a crime. Now, will it ever get investigated to that point? No. Now, should there be internal investigation first? There should be. If there is that email that actually went out there by an administrator who felt pressured into giving someone a position or moving someone either laterally or upward in regards to a position, then we've got something that is more serious than someone actually having an affair. Don't care about the pan. Don't care about the individuals going out there and having the nookie. My concern is how it made other employees feel, how it made the administrator feel, and that you were having sex on my property.
And the issue here is, again, what is the message that the board is sending to employees who in the future might feel oppressed, that their concerns or complaints are not going to be followed through? Because I would think, as a layperson, not understanding the process that the district has, this individual sent it to the higher ups at the superintendent level, top administration, to look into this, because they would think, oh, well, they're here to help me, right? But by the superintendent, by administration, kicking the can down the road. And this isn't a story that just happened a month ago. This is years in the making. And no one has looked into that concern for those employees of saying, hey, I feel like I'm being, I don't know, harassed, made to do something I don't want to do. And if I'm not mistaken, Erasmo, isn't this similar to what ultimately caused board member Minerva Peña to get arrested? There was some sort of
100%.
influence that was deemed. I guess that there was some sort of influence that she used to have her daughter-in-law at the time hired. So I don't see how something like this is similar. Now, what bothers me is that, again, the females, you would think that they would be concerned about, hey, we could have a possible litigation on our hands. Doesn't this, qualify and say, hey, we should look into this? But from my understanding, Erasmo, this isn't going to go away. I think what happened is that that the board member, Eddie Garcia, pretty much, he said he would welcome an investigation if there was a complaint filed. So what do you think the next step's going to be? There's ultimately going to get down to the bottom of this, because, again, individuals who feel that their concerns aren't being addressed, sooner or later, they're going to make that happen. It's only a matter of time.
Well, one of the things that I think where they're missing the mark, Frankie, is that at this point, the information is already out there in regards to the administrator find their concerns via an email. So at this point in time, that administrator has nothing to lose because they're going to get retaliation no matter what. So
Yeah.
at this point, it's either them or her. So I'm going to almost guarantee you that her is going to lawyer up and going to protect herself because now that everyone knows that there is a complaint, there's no backing down. There's no backing down, and it's going to move forward. It's an embarrassment for individuals like Denise Garza and what's the other chick's name? The little rich girl. It's the Daniela Lopez Valdez. You know, and well, Jessica Gonzalez is a piece of trash anyway. But it's an embarrassment that they would not go out there and say, "Hey, wait a minute, this is something that has trampled women." Women have been used and abused for far too long, to the point where they're being intimidated to do whatever the hell the guy wants them to do. It's I mean, and I'm not trying to make it a dick and vagina issue, but that's just the way it looks. It's just very, very sexist. And it's unfortunate that Daniela and Denise would not want to stand up for women and for women's rights and for women always getting the shorter end of the stick, just because they're horrible drivers. And they are horrible drivers. Doesn't mean you could trample on them just because they don't know how to park. And they don't know how to park. Trust me, women do not know how to park. But you would think that Daniela and Denise would be all, no, you should never trample on a woman's rights or ever make a woman feel uncomfortable in the workplace. And that's exactly what happened, Frankie. And that's what's unfortunate. It's just really unfortunate.
Yeah, they had a chance to be, their champion, for them to be like, you know what?
All women's
We
champion.
we will protect, we will protect
All
the
women.
integrity of women. And if
All
they
women.
ever feel,
All women at the
if they
district.
ever if they ever feel inferior, they shouldn't.
All
But
women at the district. All women at the
but
district.
again, Erasmo, what message is that sending? They think that this is gonna go away. They think that, oh, we're done with this. Woohoo! No, that's not the way it works.
It's not going to go away. And I honestly think that at this point in time, if there is that email and it does come out, and if the way things actually work out, I'm going to think that there's going to be no way that the district attorney not get involved. They're going to have to get involved because a crime was committed.
Yeah.
If what we are learning is actually factual and can be proven with an email and other individuals knowing of the email, then a crime was committed. So it's going to be tough on the DA not to get involved because this is the type of case that they have already, like you mentioned, have already been involved in. This is one of the reasons why Minerva Peña was censored, one of the reasons why Minerva Peña was arrested, because of the same thing. The only issue is for Minerva Peña is, will she still be around in the next couple of months in order to continue to request that justice be done?
Well, according to board member Garza, she said that she's going to vote no because she hasn't seen the email yet. So maybe now that they have the email, maybe that they have access to it, maybe now they would consider of being there for fellow women and saying, your concerns are our concerns. That's how they pretty much painted it, because everybody says, oh well, there's no complaint, I haven't seen the emails, so I can't vote for this. And again, precedence has already been set with Minerva Peña. It's gonna be interesting how this goes. We have primaries coming up. They're right around the corner. Is the DA going to be forced to look into this? He has to.
Has to.
He has to, because again, the whole purpose of being an elected official is to protect and serve, not to protect and harm. Now, is there oppression there? There absolutely is oppression. It's just a matter of time.
There was, and it's political oppression because he's using the position. If what we've heard is actually factual, and look, I'll be the first one to say this. I reached out to Eddie Garcia, Frankie, and I gave him an opportunity. I said, hey, come on the show. Let's talk about this. Let's just throw it out there. Because like he says, he welcomes an investigation. Well, I'm sure he'd welcomes the space to go out there and say, "Hey, let me tell you my side of the story. It's a bunch of bullshit or a bunch of crap. It's not true." Well, let's dug it out. And again, the invitation is open to Eddie Garcia, to Daniela Lopez Valdez if she wants, and the Denise Garza, and to Jessica Gonzalez. Come on and you know tell us the reasoning behind. Part of my concern with, and again, I'm not trying to step on any toes. Part of my concern with the individual groups like AOBE who go out there and let's have Daniela on our show so that we can talk about the issues. Part of my issues with them is that they're not as vocal as they should be in regards to calling these individuals out because they think that they're getting this a little bit of time with a board member. And I think that's unfortunate. It's what happened with Daniela Gonzalez when they were trying to vote for increasing our taxes, which was a mistake. But again, you have individuals on there whose only interest is self-preservation. They only want to protect themselves and to better themselves. And the only reason that a lot of these individuals are there is because they're trying to seek higher ground. And it's a stepping stone for them. And while it's a stepping stone for them, it becomes a kicking in the butt to women and to every single other employee in the district. Because right now we're hurting. Right now, I think one of the things that we learned today from the principals meeting is that we're $15 million in a hole, $15 million in the hole, to the point where they're going to have to supposedly. This is what was mentioned at the principals meeting. Supposedly, they're going to have to dip into the general fund to cover up those 15 million, Frankie. And this happens when you have quasi administration leading the district, when the higher up, the top echelon of the district is the one that's actually consuming all the resources. And this is one of the reasons why, Frankie, everyone's leaving BISD, even the superintendent, because they knew they were on a sinking ship. And you would think, Frankie, that the captain goes down with his ship. The guy got on a life raft, the first one. He kicked an old lady and a couple of children, to the side, to the curb, in order to get on that life raft. And the guy left. And he's in McAllen. And we're $15 million in the hole. So now they're going to have to dip into the general fund. And the general fund was already depleted, by $10 million. So we're going down and down. So it doesn't matter if we get all these little fancy little titles like an A district and financially stable district. It doesn't matter. When the truth of the matter is, the community is screwed because the individuals that we have in these leadership positions continue to screw over not only the employees on FNS ground, but the district as a whole. I know how to park, but I'm not the best driver. Yeah, I have my doubts. So there was more cooking than refried beans. Who's short? Can you all call him out and please leave? What are those buses at Motel 6 from? I do not know. I do not spend a lot of time in Motel 6. You might want to ask a board member. They might be spending a lot of time at Motel 6. Not mentioning who, Frankie. I hear a parody song coming. That'd be good. Chipotle is awesome. No, it's not.
Have you gone since it's opened?
No, I haven't gone yet.
I need to go just once just to try it out.
Frankie should go to law school. We've been trying to tell him for the past 20 years.
Maybe one day.
The commissioner of education needs to be involved. They don't care. Good night, Erasmo Castro Brian. Good night, Hermoso. To serve and protect. Milk and cow. Milk the cow and leave. That's exactly what we had. And let me tell you, they milk the cow every which way but loose. And that's what's unfortunate, because that milk that was being produced should have gone to our staff and to our students. And they drank all the milk. Come and park with me. I don't think I want to do that. I will not get in a car that's being driven by a woman. Frankie would say. Even the skipper girls guys stayed on the SSS. No. Yes. Frankie, so how's the city doing? BISD is a mess. Oh well, no, Minerva. Do you think what are the next steps? What do you think is going to happen with the Minerva situation? This is a good one.
That is a good one. I think personally, I haven't really given much thought. A lot's been going on, but and the Minerva Marisa Leal case just came down. What I personally think, and I haven't spoken to anybody, or what I personally think is that they're gonna try and get rid of her like now.
Yeah,
Like
they can
they're
split
yeah, they're gonna set up a special board meeting like with
yesterday.
yeah, as soon as possible. Probably even the December one, or maybe even before December. I don't know. I'm sure by the December meeting they'll already put the put the wheel in motion. Elect someone. People have said that they should, elect Marisa Leal to that position, and then have an election as early as March when the primaries are.
Maybe
Um, I know people have suggested, why not have have a holdover until
November.
right. But I think that this case is different in the sense that that the judge ruled that he can't really determine a winner, so there needs to be quote unquote a deemed winner, and I think that's where the March during the primary elections comes
Isn't
in.
it,
Well,
isn't it May, Frankie?
uh, I thought the primaries were in March.
I'm not sure.
I could be wrong. I think May's for city. I could be wrong though, but yes, because early voting's in February and election day is in March. That's when the primaries are, and then if there's a runoff at Osmo, I think it is in May June. Yeah, yeah.
I, it's just so up in the air. I mean, I don't think that. I honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. It's kind of a weird situation. If they have the opportunity to legally, I guarantee you that they will move immediately to replace her. Now,
Right.
will they replace her with Marisa Leal? Probably not. I'm actually hoping that I'm hoping that that is the case. I think it would serve Marisa better if it weren't the case. It just makes continues to make her more of a martyr for when she runs against for Minerva's spot back in November of 2024. I think Marisa right now would be better served to wait till November. It's my opinion. I had a conversation with her yesterday, and I think we're on the same page in regards to the district is kind of screwed as it sits right now. But there's no one else to blame, besides the board members than the voters. This is what they voted for, and it's chaotic. It's chaotic, and it's going to be an interesting lineup, Frankie, for 2024, November 2024. I've heard names like Jessica Tetreault running for the district. God help the district. That would be a matchup that I'd love to be a part of. But have her in it. Victor Caballero has already supposedly gone out there and filed for it. I don't know why he's done it so soon, but more power to him. Marisa Leal is going to run for the district again. That's a given, for sure. I'm going to run for the district again. So it's going to be an interesting lineup this coming election season. You think they'll appoint Erasmo? I'm going to guess no. Have them both paper, rock, and scissors. You're the board member. Really, we need good people that care about the people's needs, not theirs. We do. That's exactly what we need.
Yep.
It's not what we have, Javier. It's
Hey,
not what we
buddy.
have. One of the things that I think I saw mentioned was how the district right now is spending so much money on consultants.
Consultants.
And again, this is this is what makes absolutely no sense. And this is one of the things you've got one of the highest paid superintendents, $400,000 at Carriba, which is about the amount of money he's going to get in McAllen. You've got two deputies that are earning $250,000, and you've got five assistant superintendents or AAs, whatever they're called out there. And you still have to go out there and hire consultants, Frankie. Entonces, ¿de qué les sirve all those freaking doctorate degrees up there? Because you got all of them have doctorate degrees. ¿De qué les sirve? They can't have an opinion on anything. It's the same thing that happens at the city. ¿De qué nos sirve? Entonces, what are we paying for actually? And unfortunately for the district right now, the ones that are eating the cash are all these consultants and all these vendors out there. So these consultants are out there making bank. They're banking like crazy. And again, it's money that should be going to the children. It's all about the children. Should be going to the children, the students at BISD and staff. And it isn't. That's why we're in a hole.
Hey, who do you think? Who do you think is gonna get the soup gig? You think it's gonna be inside or outside?
It has to be definitely outside.
I don't know why. I think somebody from the inside is gonna get it.
Unless Linda Gallegos went out there and sold her soul, to the board members, which could have happened. She might be able to get the gig. One of the names that I think that a lot of individuals might be interested is Terry up in Port Isabel. You know Terry, right?
Alarcon. If I was her, I would stay over there.
Oh God, yeah. She's got a good gig.
Yeah, she could stay there for the next 12 years if she wanted to.
Yeah, she's loved there. Let me tell you, she does it. I love Terry. Terry's always been very, very good to me. We've always had a great, great working relationship. I like Terry. And let me tell you, she's got a great gig. She's loved by everyone there. Plus, she's married well. Doesn't need the money.
We could all use the money.
No, come on. Doesn't need the money. They're banking.
Yeah,
they're banking in all aspects. Plus, you're the place that appreciates you and loves you and cares about you and does not want to let you go. They do not want to let go of Terry.
Yeah,
Terry needs to stay there. She should end her educational career there, and she'd have schools named after her.
Well,
she would easily. She would. They love her there.
Yeah, I'm hearing that BISD is like the Hunger Games. That, hey man, watch your back because the last one standing gets the gig. That's how supposedly everybody's right now feeling, like watching over their shoulders, and
it's true.
It's real tense.
Because talking about the inside, I've heard that Rose Longoria wants the gig.
I don't think she's gonna get it though.
Huh?
I don't think she's gonna get it.
Well, no, because the issue is, she had such a close tie-in relationship with Minerva Peña.
She's gonna lose that now.
They were in bed together. Supposedly that after Minerva Peña was out of the majority, supposedly that Rose Longoria was all like, "Oh, Rene Gutierrez is the max. Rene Gutierrez is the best." But that's what she tends to do. She tends to go out there with whoever's in a power position and wants to treat them like, they're God's gift to humanity. So that might have swayed her a little bit in the favor of the four. I just don't think that they'd be stupid enough to trust someone like Rose Longoria who would flip-flop back to wherever the power struggle is, because November is here. And let me tell you, there's only like 2 positions that would sway completely the course of the district. So I don't know. I mean, would the board members that are in power now after November still be in power, or will they be in the minority and then get treated like crap? Which is what they deserve, actually. Go Erasmo, love you. We need professional, educated individuals on the board. I got a degree. Could TEA forcibly appoint a soup? No. Like they did in Houston, different circumstances. They need to focus on meeting the people needs, not what they think we need. They need 100%. The whole city of Brownsville needs to hire professionals. It's the same thing that happens. But again, I tend to think it's a regional thing. It's the same thing that happens at the city. I had someone today say, Erasmo, the airport is a mess. I'm going like, it's not just the airport. Everything in the city of Brownsville is a mess. Look, someone may mention, hey, we're having issues over here at Avenida La Plata or some street out there, and it's a mess. And we reached out to the city commissioner, Brian Martinez. and hasn't responded. I said, you really think that that kid was going to respond to anything, any of the actual concerns of the people of the city of Brownsville? Frankie, I reached out to Brian Martinez, a couple of weeks after he got elected, asked me if he's responded. He hasn't. And I ran into that little kid at Komori, sitting there. I think it was with Linda Macias or some other little chick. And, he walks around wearing the pin of the city of Brownsville. Wearing the pin of the city of Brownsville doesn't do anyone any good, you imbecile, you idiota. It's actually doing the job that actually does any good to the people of Brownsville. But all of them are out there just for photo ops. Frankie, when's the last time you've heard from the mayor of the city of Brownsville? Do people even know that John Cowan is the mayor of the city of Brownsville? He's only out there cutting the ribbon at Chipotle for photo ops.
I heard that he stepped down from BCIC or something like that. That he stepped down from BCIC and that Villarreal appointed somebody from outside of the city on the board. On the BCIC board or the GBIC board? Was it BCIC? BCIC.
BCIC is a piece of trash. It's a piece of trash. All BICIC is a piece of trash. They're only there to get money. And this is one of the conversations I had with someone today. It's really unfortunate, Frankie, because Brownsville should change their name. We should be Pedicheville. That's the name that most suits Brownsville, Pedicheville. And actually, that's what I'm going to propose. We change the name to Pedicheville, because at the end of the day, we as a city are funded by grants, federal grants. And this is one of the reasons, and people need to understand this. We're going nowhere because while we're Pedicheville, while we are the poorest community in the country, the fourth least educated in the country, we qualify for every single grant out there. Like if we were black people out there right after the Civil War, we qualify for everything. Everything. 40 acres and a mule. That's what we qualify for here because we're Pedicheville. So we qualify for every grant out there. And it's more money that comes in that these people in the selected few can actually use for themselves. We're Pedicheville, Frankie. Elon Musk gives us $10 million and we go out there and paint a Pepto-Bismol wall. $10 million for a Pepto-Bismol wall, and to benefit an area that only benefits a selected few, like 1848, that have an amazing patio that we, the city of Brownsville, paid for. We paid for it because now they're in the historical district and they qualify for all the BCIC money. So we're Pedicheville, and we're going to continue to be Pedicheville because these politicos want the federal grants. They want the private grants to put in their own damn pocket. And that's what's unfortunate. We're Pedicheville.
I wonder if the feds are going to hit up the city.
Well, supposedly the feds were hitting up the city. But part of taking their money and don't care about the people, instead of lowering their taxes, people think we're getting paid like Austin. We're eating. They are eating us. Unfortunately for us, yeah, Javier is on point. Unfortunately for us, Frankie, is I lived through the Sylvia Atkinson mess. We all lived through Sylvia Atkinson mess. The feds take 6 to 8 to 10 years to try a case for $10,000. In the meantime, Frankie, lives were destroyed. People's lives were destroyed, and millions and millions and millions of dollars were taken from the community and pocketed by politicos. Because the feds don't care, Frankie. They don't care if Sylvia Atkinson was out there trying to destroy your life. They don't care. They just don't give a damn. They just want to win their case. And put a little notch on their little belt, like we got another one, because they got Sylvia Atkinson for $10,000. In the meantime, Frankie, in those years that they were investigating Sylvia Atkinson, she destroyed hundreds of people's lives, and that's what sucks. And I could tell you that because she tried to do that to me. It did not work. And the only reason it didn't work with me is because I'm Erasmo Castro. But not everyone in the city of Brownsville is Erasmo Castro. So there were hundreds of people, thousands of people that were hurt by Sylvia Atkinson in the process of the federal government actually taking action where our local law enforcement failed. Our local judicial system failed because they continuously fail our people. My question is, Frankie, will they continue to fail the people with the Eddie Garcia mess? And how many more lives are going to be hurt by Eddie Garcia, by Daniela Lopez Valdez, by Denise Garza, and by La Idiota de Jessica Gonzalez? How many more lives are going to be hurt until someone takes some action? Because I don't expect our local law enforcement, our district attorney, and I have no beef for the district attorney. I don't think that they're going to take any action in regards to the political oppression that's going on at BISD. And that's unfortunate because he went head over heels. District Attorney Luis Saenz, a friend of mine, went head over heels to go after Erasmo for a DWI that hurt no one, Frankie. But will he go head over heels to go after a compadre like Eddie Garcia, who has his sister, sitting on a judge bench? Will he go after him for political oppression? And the answer is absolutely not. And that's what's unfortunate.
They say justice is blind.
Well, in this case, it's dumb, deaf, and blind. And that's what's unfortunate. That's what's unfortunate because there is a case there and there should be some investigation. And if the district is not going to do an investigation, it is the judicial system, the law enforcement here in Brownsville. It is the district attorney's responsibility to seek into the matter and do something. I appreciate Susan going out there and requesting open records requests in regards to what's going on at BIZ. I want to get a copy of that email because anyone could go file a complaint with the district attorney. So I'm hoping that Susan not only requests the emails where there's proof of political oppression, Frankie, but that she follows through and goes to the district attorney and files a complaint so that the district attorney is going to be forced to investigate. So we'll hear from Susan. Hopefully we'll hear from Susan this week to see where they're at in regards to her open records requested to get that information and what she's going to do with it. Because they could get all the information that they want, all the emails. If nothing is done, it's going to be another Tenasca mess. And we spent a whole crap loads of money in getting public information from the Tenasca mess. And we got nothing. Because like I told individuals, Frankie, we're going nowhere on this. And I got kicked out of the group.
What's going to be interesting to learn is, again, board member Garcia, he did say that he would welcome an investigation if there was a complaint. So now that there will be a complaint filed, will they get four votes to look into this matter? It's going to be very important. And again, primaries are just around the corner, and it doesn't do him any good. For him, it's bad either way, Erasmo. It's already bad because it looks funny. You mean to tell me that you said in open forum that you would welcome an investigation, that you have nothing to hide, and then you voted against it? What does that lead us to believe?
Horrible.
It just looks bad. And then now there is going to be a complaint filed. He is going to be looked at. Primaries are a few months away. It's a lose-lose situation for him.
Oh, yeah.
He just doesn't see that.
I shared your post where you said, I welcome investigation. What you should have done,
Not what he is.
not what I'm trying to tell you what to do, Frankie, but what you should have done is gotten the video clip. I welcome an investigation.
Yeah.
And do it. Then I would challenge him. Eddie Garcia, you welcome the investigation. Put it on the agenda. Let's investigate this.
Yeah.
That's what a man would do. Because, and I'll give you an example, Frankie. When they went out there and said Erasmo Castro is cocoreando with students, I was the first one to go out there. Let's do it. Open my social media, open my emails. Let's just do it. You're going to find nothing, absolutely nothing, zero that was damning. I went straight at them, Frankie. I did not hide. I did not bend. I did not fold. Eddie Garcia folded. He folded. And he folded by voting no. Where are the cajones? Where are the balls? You said you welcome an investigation. Then vote yes. Let's investigate this. You know? Let's investigate this. Pero mira, sacatito sacatón, baby. Sacatito sacatón. Se le hizo así. El chiquito, Frankie. Se le hizo así. Puckered up. Said, I'm going to vote no. And that's what's unfortunate. But it goes to show what we've always known. All talk, nothing to back it up. But again, at the end of the day, something that you mentioned, at the end of the day, it doesn't much matter if people don't start opening their eyes, start voting the right way, and actually come out and vote instead of voting for the same crap over and over. ¿Por qué te enojas? Over and over and over again.
Hey, it was a good show, man.
It was a good show. Anything else you need to cover?
Well, yeah, there's still a lot more, but it's time.
I forget the limit. Okay, the other time, like,
I'm tired.
of what? You don't do anything.
I'm stressed.
Why? Because of the BISD thing?
Yes. Can't sleep.
Guys, have a great evening. Thanks, Frankie, for coming on. Kitty Cat giving the 10 p.m. signal. I'm going to try and get Kati on tomorrow morning. Kati's great. She'll see what her take is on all this mess. Tomorrow, part 2. Tomorrow night, hopefully we'll have Maggie on. Maggie should be an interesting host.
Yeah, Maggie. It's been a while. She's been on. Ya le toca.
Yeah, she needs to pay her dues. Good night. With Maggie, yeah, we're hopefully going to have Maggie on tomorrow night. So that'll be an interesting way. And let me say, one of the things, I sent Maggie a picture of Rene Gutierrez under the McAllen ISD sign.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, going, girl. You know, I'm actually going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it into a big old poster, and I'm going to frame it and send it to Maggie saying, like, put that on your wall, chick.
I'm gonna miss the Dear Renee. Like the Dear Abby, Dear Renee.
Dear Renee.
It's gonna be like 10 years from now, and she's still gonna be busting out Dear Renee's.
It's crazy, man. Mendiga Maggie, man.
It caught on.
She, let me tell you, she exploded. And let me say something before we leave. Why you bring Roman también? I need a good laugh picking on him. I love picking on him. Let me say, someone said out there, Erasmo, que nombre, que Maggie, que like, I'm going like, that's the beast that we all helped to create, you know? Yeah. And I appreciate that. I literally take it as a compliment, you know? I take it as a compliment. And some people were saying like, no, Maggie's better than Erasmo. I mean, that's great. I hope
it's true. It's true.
Well, it's true, but I'm glad that's the case. But I'm proud to the fact that we helped create that beast, and she became.
Hey, Erasmo. The very first time that I met Maggie was when we were protesting outside the Glass Palace, and we held signs, and it was raining. Well, it was funny because we were all wearing masks and stuff, and we were holding up signs on Price Road for COVID, you know, and I asked Maggie that I had just met her. I was like, hey, do you mind if I take a picture with you? Like, just so we can come out. We're holding up signs. Woo. She's like, no. I was like, okay. And I always bring it up to her. I was like, back then, like, she was just like every other BIZ employee. She lived in fear for retaliation. It came to a point where she was like, you know what? Screw this. Like, I'm gonna voice my concerns and my opinions out loud. And we all have a different role, and I like what Susan's doing. You know, Roman. Everybody has their own little role, and everybody contributes to the cause, which I love. You know, we all have our own unique talents and ways of communicating things like that. But yeah, like I like how Maggie morphed into what she is now because when I met her, when I asked for a picture, she was like, "No, you can't. No, what are you talking about?" And I think she let me, but like she was all covered up. You could only see her little eyes and stuff. But it's just
Yeah,
funny how where
yeah.
we are now.
I'm proud. I'm proud of my child. I'm proud of what she has become, and I've told her that. And I love Maggie, and she knows this. And I joke around a lot, and I make a lot of fun of her and stuff. And she goes like, "That's what you're just rude to me." I go like, "Maggie, that's me. I've always been rude to you, girl. You have been doing a great job, Frankie, and Frankie has been doing a great job. I really you have. As the again, one of the things that I think that I shared was even during my time where I was having a mental breakdown and I was wanting to to ease away. I appreciate the fact that there's a Susan Rubalcaba, Maggie Aguilar, Frankie out there that are helping put up the weight because I don't see it as there's one superior to the other. And something that Frankie mentioned, we all have our little niche and our little talent out there. I appreciate the fact that we're all in this together because as a community, we should be all in this together. We should all be fighting for the greater good for the city of Brownsville and for the people of Brownsville because that's what this community needs and deserves. It doesn't, and I'll say this real quick, and then we'll be off, Frankie. It's not a Frankie against Erasmo thing. It's not a Frankie against Maggie thing. A Frank Erasmo Frankie against Rubalcaba thing. It isn't that. We all have our little base and we all have our little niche. It's all good as long as we're out there fighting for the same reason. It's not. We're not against each other. And I make fun of all of them. I make fun of Susan. I definitely make fun of Frankie all the time, and I always make fun of Roman. But even Roman has this part. As crazy as that little kid is, as the guys, we're all in this together, and it's like us or not, it's us against them. And unfortunately for us, they've been winning way too much, and it's time for all of us, the Susans, the Maggies, the Frankies, the Romans, and all of us as a community come together and say, no more, no más. Thanks, Frankie.
All right.
Guys, see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. Be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. God bless.